Minutes to 10 o'clock, and it's time now for Health Talk, and we're talking about good gut health. I like that term, and how to beat the bloat. I'm joined now by fashion catwalk model Eithne Moran, and Eithne took part in a case study, and she's going to give us some tips now on good gut health. Eithne, thank you first of all for joining us on Health Talk.
Good morning. How are you, Don?
How are you, indeed?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
Now, Eithne, you've suffered from that kind of debilitating bloating for many years. I think it's called Irritable Bowel Syndrome. And 1 in 10 Irish people suffer from this.
Well, to be honest with you, over the last 20 years, Don, I have suffered with all of the kind of, common IBS symptoms since my children were born, so you're talking about 2 decades. When it first began, it was like, you try all the different kind of over-the-counter generic things for the symptoms, be it whatever, particular symptom was presenting at the time. But, the thing is that because of the type of nature of things, you wouldn't actually know. You actually think that you're the only person. It's not something that you would imagine the person beside you was suffering from.
Right.
So kind of, trying different things over the years, but nothing kind of works. Comes from diet, exercise, massive weight fluctuations, because of bloatedness.
Indeed.
1 year, I can remember, Dawn, like that I'd actually gone from 10 stone down to 613.
Indeed.
So, it's a very debilitating and very, I would say, probably lonely.
Indeed. And it's also kind of an embarrassing subject for many people, and because of that, they don't seek help.
Yes, absolutely. Like, you're going into the chemist buying over the counter, medication, and you're hoping that nobody's standing beside you. And it's that kind of, personal thing that you don't, if you have a headache, you can say to someone, I have a headache, but you're not going in and say, look, I'm suffering the symptoms of IBS. It is. It's a very personal thing to everybody, and, quite hard for it to go out and probably even in kind of a chemist situation,
Indeed. Now, this bloating pain can kind of control your life, but then you took part in this case study.
That's right, yes.
And what happened after that?
Well, basically, Don, I was offered to try this new PrecisionBiotics, Alflorex, and I suppose because I had tried everything, I was willing to try something new. And I suppose initially starting it, I wasn't, too hopeful for any great, success. And I would say for the first couple of weeks, I was like, I was waiting for something amazing to happen. And I was sitting with the third week that I myself started, first of all, this bloatedness, heavy soul feeling, feeling that, I don't want to eat. The opposite where, other symptoms where you were after having to out with diarrhea and you're hungry. All of this seemed balanced out. I was eating a lot better, I'm not afraid to eat. So, it's 3 to 4 weeks, and I was going, oh wow, this actually is working,
Yeah.
So, for me, it did take, and I suppose it's skeptical in the beginning because I had tried, so many over-the-counter remedies. But definitely, I'm not now, I'm into my 7th month, taking it, and I can see it do so.
Indeed, and the symptoms now, you're free of the symptoms, and it doesn't sort of, you have it under control, so to speak, and you're back on the catwalk.
I'm back, and I actually work as well. Apart from the modelling side of it, John, I also work in the health and beauty industry.
Right.
So I actually work with kind of salon coordination for 2 salons in Kilkenny and Carlow. So,
right.
I'm out in the face of fashion and kind of, that every day. It's during my work day. It's the hair, it's the beauty, it's the fashion industry. And, it's all about image and stuff like that.
Indeed, and you need a lot of confidence in that as well, yeah.
Yeah, which now I have.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? I wear the clothes I want to wear.
Yeah.
Before, you were kind of, oh my God, this is my feeling fat day, so you're wearing the flowy stuff.
And finally, Eithne, what tips would you give people? What would you suggest they do with their lifestyle?
Right, okay. Well, For a start, I suppose, for my situation, I tried everything. I tried the diet, exercise, all of that. What I would say is that, yes, definitely try Alflorex, okay? But having said that, in your lifestyle, regular exercise, I don't mean training for marathons.
Yeah.
And regular 3 meals a day. That's the kind of, that's the kind of eating pattern now I have. And
Indeed.
it's regular, like before, like when, say you were feeling that you were constipated, you might go all day without eating because you don't want to compound with the pain that's already there.
Okay.
So I suppose, definitely 3 meals a day and light exercise. Okay, you're not training for the Olympics or whatever.
Indeed.
And also, for the doctor to diagnose, because that was the problem I had, John, for 20 years. Although, I had colonoscopy, I had all of that. They were reluctant to diagnose IBS, but I know myself that from the symptoms I had, that is what I had. So speak to your doctor, try to get that diagnosis.
Yeah. And to know that there is a solution.
There is a solution, absolutely, yes.
Indeed. And listen, thank you very much